The Platinum Jubilee of Lazami Students' Union celebration was celebrated on 6 November at Lazami Village, Dunheboto, with the theme 75th Strides and Beyond. Chief Minister Nltv and convener of the Assembly Select Committee has convened a meeting on 22nd of November at 10:30 a.m. in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat, Kohima, to examine the Nagaland-Assam border issue. Kohima Event Management Group, Imagi.Nation along with Tafma kick-started November Blooms, where events will be taking place every Saturday till the 27th of November. A group of conscious citizens along with Keep Our City Clean Together We Can conducted a mass cleanliness drive in Kohima town on Saturday at 8 a.m. Navjot Singh Sidhu on Friday announced that he has withdrawn his resignation as the chief of Punjab Pradesh Congress Committee. Hello viewers, you are watching English Primetime News, and now the news in detail. The Platinum Jubilee of Lazami Students' Union was celebrated on 6 November at Lazami Village, Dunheboto. The commemoration was themed as 75th Strides and Beyond. They also successfully performed the rock pulling ritual. All the 20 Gauburas of Lazami Village attended the commemorative ceremony. The head of the Gauburas also briefed about the significance of rock pulling activity and explained that the rock pulling activity is an important ritual passed down through generations since forefathers' time. He further stated that this practice is beyond a stage during special occasion and jubilation.
Amila nam to unka to ke chipu ase ami Lazami Students Union 75th Platinum Jubilee kurwole thagalate planning board member ase aro ami winner committee la ami ite Kohima te Lazami Social Welfare Organization Kohima te bhi president ase.
Sir to apni Jubilee la preparation kan jaya ase kuch na to Jubilee la theme to ki ase na
ami khan Jubilee laga theme to le do the 75th Strides and Beyond iniga koina kurwole ase itu matlab to le do ami khan la step 75 to le do fulfill kurle je aro itu fulfill ekla kura no hoigena ami khan itula beyond dikini sai gena jabo lage itula meaning ase itula significance ase itu poila forefathers kan par kinika kurigena ase do olop koi dibole mon ase itu stone itu ami khan to le do ekdam misamishi pra na kure itu ami khan ajigale to Christianity ho jese holibi Christian hoise holibi ami khan forefather kan par kinika handed kuru dise itu ami khan busti man khan ami khan la nim tole do itu stone pulling tole do before harvest na kure harvest kura piche de kheti la kham sob settle kura piche de itu kure itu pra ami khan November December ni kati kure aru itu stone pulling itu kura tur poila tole to dhun manu para manu khan pra busti manu khan ke sob ke khana khilai gene to itu stone pulling kure itu tole to feast of merit itu ko pare aro itu stone ektu ere kure da to itu uthai da to is a significance of achievement accomplishment inika ase to pola tole to inika kuri ke na aise lebi ami khan ajikali Christian hope che tole to inika significant event like jubilee church laga hobi students union laga hobi no lebi inika ekdam meaningful ekdam
Chief Minister Nephew Rio convenes a meeting on 22nd of November as Rio and convener of the Assembly's Select Committee to examine the Nagaland-Assam border issue. According to reports, meeting to be held at 10:30 a.m. in the Nagaland Legislative Assembly Secretariat, Kohima. It is further notified that all the members of the committee have been requested to attend the meeting. With the incessant rains that have been occurring in the month of August, the area of Edzichuka Woka has shrunk and it has affected 5 to 6 families living in Edzichuka Woka. The land is said to be sinking bit by bit every day. Honorable Advisor of Horticulture and Border Affairs, Metang Yangtang, paid a visit to the affected families and also paid a few amount to the victims as relief and stated that he has spoken to the higher authorities for the compensation and funds to help during their difficult times.
Welcome to Nltv, Sob Manula was. Aji amihan wokhati ase aru ekta itu colony do August te heavy rainfall thagya nimite itu pura area sink hui jaise aru mola piche dewi dikhi pa ase itu ghor hambi bia hui jaina ase aru around 5 to 6 ghor bia hui jaise and then family han bishi diktar bai jaise. To our honorable advisor of horticulture and border affairs Shri Mathang Yanthan has come to pay a visit to affected families han ke. To aiwi tula oporde sai sawa. तो अपनी हन भी दिखी पासे तते पिलर एकता से तो इतु तो यदे देखिसे गुशे तो सेम लेवल होलबी तो सिंक हुइना सब नीचे दे जाय जेसे तो आमी हन लोदे से सर माथंग यानथान द एडवाइजर ऑफ हॉर्टिकल्चर एंड बॉर्डर अफेयर्स तो सर मनुहन बिशी खुशी पासे अपनी इन्ना इनिशिएटिव हुइना कंसर्न दगिना यदे मनुहन के लोक पादो तहन भी बिशी खुशी पासे तो अपनी इकु कोलेस ना नै दुला पड़े.
Well, I have just paid a visit to the affected families of the land that has sunk during the month of August this year. Although it has occurred in the month of August, I have not been able to pay visit. So today, since I'm here in Woka, I thought why not pay them a visit. So I'm here today. This area looks to be quite vulnerable to landslide. It's close to the stream, and so perhaps because of the earth's movement and because of the earth's the geological instability of the land, this has occurred. So anyway, it is very unfortunate for the people residing near the area. 5-6 families have been very severely affected. Their livelihood, their life, their buildings have been very badly affected. The administration has already taken stock of the situation, and I'm sure adequate compensation will be paid to them.
Sir, itu do bishi biawa singku jaise to apni han na family san ki kina effect kushe duwa.
Itu rati de ase rati 1 baji 2 baji de. Itu pura mati do loi jaise itu pura makando itu rati do humana.
To pani ki bishi kiriya walu jaise na kina.
Oe pani pishi kira para.
Itu do itia tak pi ni olop baja ase na itia do stop hui jaise.
Ite bi olop do jaya ase niche de.
To apni han bi dikhi paase tate pillar ekta ase to itu do yade dekhi gushe to same level holbi to sink huina sob niche de jai jaise. Sir bi yate hi ase aro sir batahan ke sob advice kuishe ki itu do olop risky hui jaise to yate do na thakibi kuina joldi possible hule vacate kuribi khoto kuina sir bi advice kurishe tahange to bishi risky ase yate no dekta ase to sob inda mati han sob niche de jai jase itu do bishi risky hui jaise. Yedi do aru dikhi paase ki yedi do ko na baje ise pura singhuina mati do niche tak jai jise. To apni ham bi dikhi paise ki kina manuhan badly affected hui jaise to itu do it's very munduk like ta kiba ase because itu man ghor banai nai na rakhina mati wai na lui jaile mohan bhabi sele bi itu do bishi munduk like ta ase. So itu government ham bi ta hange ki compensation di wala se du di dile bal aru itu mohan la advisor mahatang yanthan babi ta hange relief dise aru ta ham bi bishi khushi paise yede tai ahina lok pa do.
A group of conscious citizens conducted a mass cleanliness drive in Kohima town on Saturday at around 8 a.m. The group, named Keep Our City Clean, Together We Can, along with the youth of Chakisan Christian Revival Church and some well-wishers, organized the social work. They cleaned a portion of the town from the police headquarters junction and covered the neighborhood of Bethel Hospital. They requested the citizens to make proper use of dustbins and avoid littering the town. Their work was an exemplary message to all, particularly the shopkeepers, bus drivers and taxi drivers, to keep the town clean. They urged the denizens to be responsible and keep the town green and clean.
Nltv ajibi Nltv dan ide kohima de aina ase aro ide aina thakyo do idu aminan PSQ police headquarter de aina ase ide aminan dikhi ase ki idu Keep Our City Clean Together We Can la group than aro Chagajan Christian Revival la youth than kohima de idu tan milina ajibi ide social work kure ase morning de start hoina tan idu PSQ Johnson la start hoina Bethel Hospital dak tan sapa guna ja ase aro tan la message to idu dokan de thaya manu than aro taxi driver bus driver thanibi tan message de ase ki kudi jailibi aro kudi thagilibi nichola city tan do nichola jaga tan do sapa guna jaibi guna tanbi ina sapa guna tan la cycle ku message phal dina ja ase youth aro citizen of Kohima thanibi idola mohan kudi hulibi sapa guna jaibi guna aro sapa thagibi guna tan idu social work to guna ja ase ajibi idu bra ami idu report
November Blooms is an event that is managed by Imagi.Nation along with TAFMA. The event kick-started today, the 6th of November 2021. The event will be taking place every Saturday till the 27th of November. This event is an attempt to bring the Hornbill Festival fever. The carnival event has various stalls placed inside and outside the RCEMPA. The day fair starts at 3 p.m. every Saturday and live music concert is at 6 p.m.
Okay, so I'm Nltv. I'm the managing director for Imagi.Nation based in Kohima. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this event?
Okay, so this event is just a culmination for the upcoming Hornbill. So we just want to keep the festive mood starting from this month. So we have organized this carnival-like festival, which will be held every Saturday at Arsampa.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what are the items here?
We have a lot of items, a lot of mixed match. So we have thrifting, be it food, beverage. We have art on sale, and then we have jewelries and then books. Yeah.
So it event to kita thaki every Saturday, no?
Yes. So every Saturday, 3 p.m. onwards, Arsampa Jatsoma.
And for today, it is 6 p.m. Do music thaki so every Saturday na thaki na kali aje it.
Yes, live music also every Saturday thaki 6 p.m. was start kurne na.
The 6th volume of Nagaland Street Fitness was held on 6th of November at the Heritage Kohima. Revitalizing fitness games such as arm wrestling, push-ups, squats, best physique were staged at the event. The committee also organized tug-of-war competition between different gyms. The winner of tug-of-war game was lauded as the strongest gym. At least 8 people were killed and many were injured in a stampede during the opening night of the Astro World Music Festival on Friday in Houston. According to Houston Fire Chief Samuel Pena, the incident occurred around 9 p.m. when the crowd that had gathered for a performance by rapper Travis Scott began to push towards the front of the stage, causing panic and injuries. According to sources, the fire department transported 17 people to hospital and 11 of those transported were in cardiac arrest. Reportedly, a crowd of 50,000 showed up for the two-day event, while the second day of the festival has been cancelled. The Tripura police have asked the Facebook, Twitter and YouTube authorities to provide details of over 100 accounts from which various fake and provocative posts were made in connection with some incidents in Tripura following recent instances of communal violence in Bangladesh. This comes within days of the Tripura police filing a dozen criminal cases and taking action against more than 70 persons, including Supreme Court lawyers, activists and religious campaigners. This includes 68 Twitter accounts, 31 Facebook accounts and 2 YouTube accounts, police sources said. Cases have been filed under various provisions of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act and the Indian Penal Code. Those who have been booked in these cases were asked to appear before the investigating officers before 10th of November. Following the death of 33 people due to consumption of spurious liquor in Bihar, Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Friday held a review meeting regarding the prohibition of liquor in the state. As many as 33 people have died and several others reportedly fell ill after consuming spurious liquor in 2 districts of Bihar in the last couple of days. According to reports, deaths have been reported in Gopalganj and West Champaran districts. 8 persons died on Thursday after allegedly consuming hooch in Telhua village at Betia, the headquarters of West Champaran district, while the toll in another incident of consumption of suspected spurious liquor in Gopalganj climbed to 16 on Thursday, with 6 more deaths being confirmed by the district authorities. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath on Friday said he will contest the forthcoming assembly polls if his party decides so. Adityanath, who is currently a member of the UP Legislative Council, when asked, said if he will contest the assembly polls next year. The BJP leader told that he has always contested elections and that he will contest from wherever the party will say. Adityanath said the BJP government has done whatever the party promised in the run-up to the last assembly polls in 2017. On the law and order situation, he said the state has set an example and during the past 4 years, there was no riot and all festivals including Diwali were celebrated peacefully. The Chief Minister said the state has now become the best destination in country for investment from abroad due to good road connectivity and a guarantee of security and safety. Bharat Biotech's partner in the United States for the COVID-19 vaccine, Okugen, on Friday sought emergency use authorization from US Food and Drug Administration to use Covaxin in children. It sought approval to administer Covaxin to children aged 2 to 18 years of age. The US-based firm has applied for the authorization based on the basis of the results of Phase 2 and 3 clinical trials conducted on 526 children aged between 2 and 18 years of age in India. Nltv was presented before a holiday court on Saturday, which sent him to judicial till November 19th. The agency's earlier custody of Mr. Deshmukh ends today. He was taken for a routine checkup early this morning before being presented in a Prevention of Money Laundering Act court. As per sources, Mr. Deshmukh is not cooperating with the investigation and have said that the minister and his family used 27 companies to launder tainted money and that the agency needed more time to confront him with the evidence. Anil Deshmukh, the ex-Maharashtra Home Minister, is accused of corruption and extortion by former Mumbai top cop Parambir Singh, who is also missing. The senior officer faces similar allegations and cases filed by both Mumbai Police and State's Anti-Corruption Bureau. At least 10 people have died after a massive fire broke out on Saturday at a district hospital in Maharashtra's Ambednagar. The district collector added that there were 17 patients admitted with coronavirus disease when the fire broke out at around 11 a.m. The short circuit is seeming to be the primary cause of the incident. Devendra Fernandes, leader of opposition in the Maharashtra Assembly, expressed his shock over the news and sent his condolences to the families of the victim. District Collector added that there were 17 patients admitted with coronavirus when the fire broke out. Navjot Singh Sidhu on Friday has announced that he has withdrawn his resignation as the chief of Punjab Pradesh Congress Committee. But Sidhu added that he would resume charge only after the state government replaced DGP IPS Sahota and Advocate General APS Deol, and also demanded that the government hand over the STF report on drugs to him. Sidhu had quit his post on 28th of September, shortly after the allocation of portfolios to the members of the new state cabinet under Charanjit Singh Chani. Talking about the discussion held with Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh over the matter of DGP's appointment, Navjot Singh Sidhu stated that the things were supposed to be settled in 1 week, but 50 days have passed since the assurance. Security forces on Saturday closed the main road connecting Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri to Thana Mandi for vehicular traffic and launched a massive search operation in the forest of Khalban and nearby villages following reports on the sighting of terrorists in the area. According to reports, the counter-insurgency operation in Sarankote and Mendar Forest in Poonch district in Thana Mandi in Rajouri district entered the 27th day on Saturday. Notably, the operation was jointly launched by the army and the police in the forest area of Khalban. More than 116.54 crore COVID-19 vaccine doses have been provided to the states and union territories so far through the centre and direct state procurement category, the Union Health Ministry stated today. More than 15.69 crore balance and unutilized COVID vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories to be administered as per the government's notice. It is also said that the government is trying to accelerate the pace and expanding the scope of COVID vaccination throughout the country. The vaccination drive has been ramped up through availability of more vaccines, advanced visibility of vaccine availability to states and union territories for enabling better planning by them and streamlining the vaccine supply chain. The number of people infected with Zika virus in Uttar Pradesh's Kanpur rose to 66 after 30 more people tested positive for the infection. According to reports, the city saw its first Zika virus case on 23rd of October after an officer of the Indian Armed Air Force tested positive. The samples from various areas nearby the IAF station Hungras, where the first case was detected, were sent to the testing to the King George's Medical University in Lucknow and 30 of them came back positive. However, there were no mention of the number of samples collected of the 66 people infected so far. It is being noted that 45 are men and 21 women. A two-day wheelchair basketball coaching for para-athletes in Srinagar has commenced on Saturday, which is being organized by Voluntary Medicare Society, a non-governmental organization in collaboration with the Wheelchair Basketball Federation organized, according to reports. Around 12 females, including a few national and international players, are participating and getting trained in the second-day camp. Furthermore, Sajid Raha, Sports instructor and co-organizer of the camp at the special coaching camp informed that the para-athletes got training on how to play at the national and international levels.
आज हमारा व्हीलचेयर बास्केटबॉल का कैंप लगा हुआ है 2 दिन का, जिसमें ऑलमोस्ट 12 फीमेल जो हैं वो पार्टिसिपेट कर रही हैं, जिनको हम ट्रेन कर रहे हैं। ऑलरेडी इसमें कुछ प्लेयर ऐसी भी हैं जो नेशनल और इंटरनेशनल खेल चुकी हैं। उसके साथ साथ हमने कुछ नई बच्चियों को जोड़ा है, नई प्लेयर्स को जोड़ा है जो ये सीख रही हैं, ठीक है, ताकि इनको आगे मौका मिले, आके एक बड़ा प्लेटफॉर्म मिले, ठीक है। हम जुड़े हुए हैं WBFI के साथ, व्हीलचेयर बास्केटबॉल फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया के साथ, जिसमें हर साल जो उनका एक टूर्नामेंट होता है, जो कंपटीशन होता है, हर साल हमारी JNK की टीम यहाँ से जाती है, VMS से, वॉलंटरी मेडिकेयर सोसाइटी से।
और आज से हमारा ट्रेनिंग कैंप इसलिए स्टार्ट हो रहा है कि क्योंकि आने वाले मैच के लिए हम खुद को रेडी रखना चाहते हैं, प्रिपेयर करना चाहते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हमें सिखाया जाता है आज शूटिंग, ड्रिबलिंग वगैरह, क्योंकि हमने बहुत टाइम से।
Moving on to the next story, a day after Diwali, the air quality index on Friday touched the severe mark in Delhi, NCR, Agra and many other places in western Uttar Pradesh. The pollution levels were so high that Taj Mahal was covered in a blanket of thick smog, making it barely visible, even from a distance of 100 meters. The AQI in Agra was recorded as severe, with the index monitored by the Central Pollution Control Board touching 419 at 10 a.m. and 432 at 2 p.m. on Friday. Last year, the AQI on the day after Diwali in Agra was recorded at 347. Notably, Agra has been witnessing very poor air quality since the beginning of November.
वायु प्रदूषण होने का एक बड़ा कारण दीपावली का जो त्योहार निकल के गया है उसके कारण से भी है। हालांकि हरित पटाखे छूटने के कारण से जितना पिछले वर्ष पोल्यूशन हुआ था आगरा में, उसमें कमी आई है। ताजमहल भी हालांकि धुंधला दिख रहा था। नगर निगम के प्रयास भी लगातार इसमें हो रहे हैं कि पोल्यूशन कम हो सके, इसलिए जनजागरण का अभियान भी शुरुआत हम लोगों ने किया है। और चौराहे चौराहे पर लाल बत्ती होती है, तो लोग अब लाल बत्ती होने पर बंद करने लगे हैं। ऐसा एक जनजागरण।
India and France held their second strategic dialogue on Friday with the National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, discussing Afghanistan, Indo-Pacific and strengthening maritime security with Emmanuel Bourne, diplomatic advisor to President at Paris. While both countries exchanged notes on critical situations in Afghanistan, with France as a part of the European Union holding a divergent view from Britain, which played a key part in the failed Doha political process with the Taliban leadership. The two advisors had a detailed conversation on both countries strengthening maritime security, with France willing to supply the latest technology in the subsurface dimensions, including underwater drones and state-of-the-art submarines. Well, that is all for now. This is Gargideka signing off. Keep watching Nagaland TV.